Hey YouTube, this is Weapon X SJ, and it's time for another Warcraft Lore 101. Today we're going to talk about the Origin of Thrall, the Warchief of the Horde, of the Orcish Horde, and this is mainly going to focus around the book called Lord of the Clans by Christie Golden. I have it here in archive form. There's like different books in here collected. Lord of the Clans is in this one. You can also get it in its own book by itself. But just a little background on what Lord of the Clans is. It's a novelization of a game that was going to come out after Warcraft 2 and before Warcraft 3 called Lord of the Clans. And it was a point-and-click adventure game that never got finished and got scrapped. It was going to be like Full Throttle or Monkey Island or Grim Fandango, you know, all those point-and-click adventure games set in Warcraft, and it was going to be about Thrall. But the game got scrapped for whatever reason. They didn't like how it was turning out. It wasn't up to Blizzard quality, and so Blizzard scrapped it. But the story was so good. This guy Chris Metzen, who like makes up a lot of the lore and stuff, still wanted the story to get out there. They hired an author named Christie Golden, and she basically wrote a novel based on the game, the novelization of the game that never came out. So basically, it's just a novel about the Origin of Thrall that was originally supposed to be a game, and it's really good. And Christie Golden's an awesome author. She did I've done another Warcraft 101 on Rise of the Horde. She's the one that wrote this. But she wrote the Origin of Thrall, Lord of the Clans first. So that's on the book itself. So that's what a lot of my Origin of Thrall is going to be based on. But here's a little background on when the book takes place. If you remember from my last 101, after the orcs got corrupted by demons and they entered Azeroth, the Frostwolf clan, whose clan leader was Durotan, who's Thrall's father, and they got exiled when they first got into Azeroth because they weren't trusted by Gul'dan, who like controlled the demon-ridden horde, because they didn't drink the blood of Manoroth and they didn't want to be demons. They didn't like the whole slaughtering of the Draenei and stuff, so they got exiled. So during Warcraft 1, the game Warcraft 1, and Warcraft 2, the Frostwolf clans aren't part of the horde that's rampaging whatever. So Durotan and his wife Draka, who's Thrall's mother, have Thrall. This is before the book starts. And so they're exiled. They're just living in the Altaric mountains, in the like Atlas of Warcraft, if you want to know where it's at. So they're living there this whole time, during the whole of Warcraft 1, and then Warcraft 2, and then they have Thrall up there. Now, while they're away, they camp themselves out. They're not part of all this madness. Drekthar, who was their like head shaman of their clan, renounced demonism, renounced being a warlock, because he became a warlock, just like all the shamans of the Horde way back in the day. He renounced it and became a shaman again, which was really good. It was like the first shaman that was in the Horde, basically, because they all became warlocks, and he saw the error of his ways, and he just wanted to be a shaman again. So Drekthar is pretty much the only shaman in this exiled clan, the Frostwolf clan. Thrall gets born. Shortly after he's born, Durotan and Draka can't stand by any longer. They know that Gul'dan, who's like heading the horde, kind of, although Doomhammer's the actual Warchief, is up to no good with his whole warlock power-hungry ways. So they want to warn Doomhammer of what Gul'dan's up to, all this crap. So this is where the book starts. This is where the Origin of Thrall starts. So here we go. Warcraft Lore 101, the Origin of Thrall. When Durotan and Draka see that, when they want to warn Doomhammer, they pick up their things and they tell Drekthar, "We gotta go warn Doomhammer, who's the Warchief of the Horde right now." And it's toward the end of Warcraft 2. This war has been raging between the orcs and humans. In the actual game timeline, this is during the end of Warcraft 2. So they want to go warn Doomhammer about Gul'dan and all his evil ways and his power-hungry ways. So Draka and Durotan, Thrall's mother and father, along with Thrall as a baby, go to Doomhammer, and they're like, Doomhammer, don't do this crap. You can't trust Gul'dan. He's all bad. This is not gonna be good. Doomhammer, he takes in what they say. He goes, okay, but this is not safe for you. I'm gonna send you somewhere to hide. Please go, hike this trail, go to this lake, and hide here for now. They do, and there's a spy for Gul'dan that sees all this happening, and some of Gul'dan's soldiers kill Durtan and Draka. Thrall's mother and father die, with Doomhammer not around, Doomhammer not knowing at this point. Thrall's left for dead. He's just a baby. That's it. Doomhammer goes on, loses Warcraft 2. But Thrall's sitting there in the forest, no one around. Meanwhile, this guy, Blackmore, Adelas Brackmore, Adelas, is I think how you spell his name. I don't really know how to pronounce it, his first name. But I'm just going to refer to him as Blackmore through this whole thing. Blackmore's walking around in the forest. He's hunting with his servant, Tamis Foxton. And they come across this orc baby. And they see bodies everywhere. Orcs, Thrall's mother and father, the few of the traders that Thrall's mother and father killed before they went down. And they see this orc baby that's alive. And Blackmore doesn't know what to do. He takes it though. Tells the servant to pick it up. He's like, we're taking it back. So this guy Blackmore, he was like a soldier during Warcraft 1 and 2. This is like right at the end of Warcraft 2, so things are calming down. He lives at Durnhold Keep, which becomes the hub of all the internment camps, because the humans pretty much won Warcraft 2, and they start interning all the orcs into all these different internment camps, making them slaves and whatnot. He's the head of all of it, and Durnhold Keep is the hub. So he takes Thrall, the baby Thrall, back there, and at Durnhold Keep, he lives with a bunch of people. Tamis Foxton is a servant. His servant's family lives there. His daughter, Taretha Foxton, is just a child at this point. He has a wife named Clania Foxton, something like that, who just had a baby who died. Just died as an infant. And then Sergeant, he just goes by Sergeant in this book. Sergeant is one of Blackmore's head army guys there. So he takes him back to this hub, and Blackmore's kind of a weird guy. He's like an alcoholic, and he's kind of a bad guy, and he has this underlying plan, this plan for Thrall that no one really knows about. They just see that that he has this orc that he's raising, but in the back of his mind, he wants to raise Thrall to be this ultimate warrior that he can control, and Thrall would in turn rally a bunch of orcs under Blackmore's ultimate control. So he would have this army of orcs to go against the Alliance, and he wants to be the ruler of the Alliance. Him and his army of orcs with his crown prince Thrall as the head of it all. So he's got this evil plan, and he's kind of an asshole, dick, alcoholic. I don't know, he's no good. And you can tell by the way he raises Thrall. So Thrall has to grow up in all this. First, as a baby, they try to feed Thrall meat, and it's not working. And they don't understand why it's not working. And then Taretha, who's actually the little girl's like, he's not going to eat meat, he's just a baby. He's like, babies need milk. Tamis Foxton kind of convinces his wife, because they all live in fear kind of as the servants of Blackmore. They're always trying to please him, and Tamis sees this as an opportunity to please his master and maybe get him in better sitting with his master. Convinces his wife, whose baby just died, so she's nursing, to nurse Thrall, to become a wet nurse. And she's really embarrassed about this, but she does it, and it's horrible for her. She cries as she does it. But Tamis, because Blackmore's such a alcoholic asshole, kind of makes him do it, and Tamis kind of wants to do it, so they look better in Blackmore's eyes. So she nurses Thrall, which makes the baby live. At this point, they just name him Thrall. Thrall, for those that don't know, is kind of means slavery. To be in thrall of someone is to be in someone's slave. To be the slave to this person. You're in this person's thrall. That's where the name comes from. So it's kind of a negative name. But Thrall wanted to keep it to remind himself of where he came from.